kind of our first version of our application called TextyPitch. So I think we're all familiar with the saying, you only have one chance to make a first impression. And today that saying couldn't be more true, but now you only have a few seconds to do it. So how do you stand out in the crowd? How do you stand out among the piles of junk email and the pile of business cards that build up all the time? Our solution is through text messaging. On average, it takes about 90 seconds to respond to a text message and about 90 minutes to respond to an email. I kind of feel like industry standard is about 24 hours. I know a lot of folks who won't respond to an email at least 24 hours. 97% of Americans use text messaging at least once a day. Text messages have a 98% open rate, while email only has about 20, and 90% of text messages are read within about the first 3 minutes. So text messaging is not only becoming the most convenient way to communicate, but it's also becoming the most preferred way to communicate, especially among millennials. So how do you prospect and capture leads now? So we're probably all very familiar with a few of the traditional forms, one being digital advertising, another being email lists, or just handing out business cards. And what a lot of these methods lack is a genuine way to show, send information about your business, and also to collect information and gauge a prospect's interest in your business. Because who wants to waste time on someone who's probably not actually interested in you? So how can we help with that? Well, we provide a path for real-life lead capture through text messaging. So whether you're face-to-face networking, whether you're at a trade show or giving a group presentation or representing your business with a static advertisement, TextyPitch offers you real-life capture in real life. How it works is, and I'm going to refer to my notes because okay. So you can connect with prospects and send them your business information packaged in a beautiful digital pitch, and also collect their information and send valuable information about your business. And you can also gauge their interests at the same time. So how does it work? There's two ways that you can interact with TextyPitch. One is your prospect takes action by sending your keyword to your designated pitch number. When you sign up with TextyPitch, you're assigned your own number, which essentially kind of becomes like your business number. The second way to interact with TextyPitch is for the salesperson or the person that's collecting the data to push the pitch to your prospect. So by entering someone's 10-digit phone number, like I've done over there, you enter your 10-digit phone number, and in return, I would receive the owner of the phone number's contact information. I can confirm that contact information, edit it in case it's not correct, and then in this instance, choose the pitch that I want to send. We have 3 pitches, one for Brian, myself, and Luke. And in this instance, I choose my own pitch and I hit send. So what the prospect then receives is a link to your pitch. So in their text message, they would receive our pitch. In this instance, it's for petsinomaha.com. You will click on your link and get your customized pitch. Within the pitch, you can interact with a call to action that will click out to, it could click out to a downloadable PDF. It could click out to a video, a product that you're looking to promote. In this instance, it goes to petsinomaha.com where you can learn about all the lovely pets in Omaha. Also within the pitch, you can save your contact information. So in the form of a V-card, once you click Save Contact Information, it opens up on your iPhone with the contact information that you have designated for your business. So kind of while we're on the topic of creating your contact information and creating your pitch, I'll tell you a little bit about how the pitches get made. So on the dashboard, when you sign up for TextyPitch, after you get your customized number, you can go onto the pitch form and create your pitch. Add the contact information that you would like to enter, upload your logo, connect it to your business and your email information, and it's super simple to use, and you can watch your pitch update in real time as you're entering the information. So how does TextyPitch work for your business? We track your contacts from the time they express interest and allow for easy nurturing via text message. You can automate your sales pitch and have it send out automatically. Track your prospect's level of interest by looking back at the data, see how many times they've opened your pitch, how many times they read it, and how many times they've clicked through to your call to action. Save their contact information on your dashboard. Provide your prospects your own contact information, and then also nurture your prospects with a two-way SMS chat. So kind of a little tour of the back end, the dashboard. This is kind of what our dashboard looks like. We have 3 pitches, and you can see the data update as far as how many people have requested a pitch, how many people have opened it, and how many people have clicked through. You can also go back and edit your pitch information anytime, and then it will update. So if anyone go back to revisit your pitch, you'll be able to get your new information. You could have 3 different people. You could have 3 different businesses, 3 different messages. However you wanted to set up your pitches, you could do that there. Also on the dashboard, all the contacts that you've made, whether it be a trade show, whether it be at a networking event like tonight, everyone that you've contacted or submitted their phone number to will be stored in your contacts page. You can also access your contact history through TextyPitch by just simply sending the keyword or the command history. So once I send history to my own TextyPitch number, then I'm sent a link with my pitch history, and I can pull it up. So now I have all the pitches that I've sent for an event, and I can message, call, or email right from my phone. And also I can see, are they really interested in me? Did they read it? Did they click? Yes, no. Maybe I send them another message, just a reminder, like, hey, I sent you my pitch. Come and check me out. So here's a quick glimpse at our two-way SMS chat. So if a prospect were to reach back out to you through your pitch number, you would get a notification that you have a message, which would then open up your dashboard where you can then continue that conversation and text with them in real time. So if anyone also, which Brian will show too after this, if someone were to call your number, it would also redirect to your phone number. So it can work as your business number. So with that, I think Brian's going to show a live demo to kind of dive deeper into some of the functionality that we have with TextyPitch and show you some of the bells and whistles. And then after that, you can all try it and you can play with it and see what you think.
Why not? Sure. Oh, technology. I know.
Close out.
Anybody would like a snack or a drink? Okay, so. Is it on the same Wi-Fi? Oh, good question, right? I better reconnect it to it. Yeah. Yep. Troubleshooting 901. Sorry. No worries.
Very good.
All right. Okay, so mine's going to be a little less polished and a little more on the cuff. So, to be fair, what Leah just showed you is a little bit different than what's actually been developed. So, there are some changes. So, I'd like to kind of show you some of this stuff. So, there are 3 ways to interact with the TextyPitch platform. I feel like anyway, there are 3 ways to interact. The first way is through the SMS that everybody has on their phone. So there's no app to download, no messy things to worry about as far as applications are concerned. You can interact with TextyPitch. Like we said before, when you sign up for TextyPitch, you get provisioned a phone number. You can use that phone number as your primary phone number for your business if you like. So you can receive the information through all channels, and we log information through all channels. So voice, SMS, those 2 channels. I was going to say no, but that's not true. So the first way you can use TextyPress is with, or TextyPitch is with the SMS. So if I wanted to send a pitch, I simply put in a 10-digit number and I can send that pitch. So this is going to be the test phone that you'll see here. And it'll receive a link. Well, first I'll receive, so there are several ways. This is not the express way. So it's actually looking up the information to see. So this contact is already in my information, so I can say I want to send it my pitch, so I'll go ahead and send it. It shows me my pitch history, and then over on the test phone, you'll see it should receive a text with a link. And there it is. And so with that, I can click on that. It'll give me a preview.
So the white phone is like if I were the consumer?
Correct. Exactly. So now you've received my pitch. It's going to ask you just to kind of confirm your information. We're going to get one more piece of information for you if we can, which is the email. We'll hit continue. And then you can save my contact to your phone, or you can take my survey. And so now I've tracked that you've opened this and that you've looked at my survey, right? So I can see kind of that you're somewhat interested or not interested and what have you. So that's the way it works there. And there are other commands that we can do from the text messaging interface. So that's just one. Let's say that I would like to call that phone number. I'm going to put in a hashtag, which is our command to tell it to call. It's telling me it's connecting my call. And what this does is it uses your TextyPitch caller ID and not your phone's caller ID, so you're protecting yourself as far as and now Luke has got my call. Hello. This is Brian. Anyway, and we've logged that interaction, and we've also recorded that call, right? And you have the option of not recording that call if you'd like. So that's another way you can do it. Now let's say instead that I would want to text that number. So I'm going to put a different command in here. And I'm going to say, Luke. Now it's going to send a text message to that number. There it is. Hi, Luke. And so if I wanted to, I could also, there are other commands which I'm not going to get into because it's kind of deep, but I'm going to go ahead and type in admin. I've already got this on my desktop as an icon anyway, but I'm going to show you anyway. So it's going to give me a link to the admin. So the other way you can interface with TextyPitch is through the web admin. All right, and this is a secure admin. It's authenticated to this device, which I'm not going to go through the process to do that, but trust me, it's there. And why did it disappear? There it is. So in the basically HTML interface that acts like an application, right? But we don't have to download an app. Maybe someday it'll be an app if the market says it's an app, then it's an app. But at this point, we don't feel it's necessary for an app. If I'd like to look at all my SMS communications, I can do that. Here's all my communications with Luke. If I want to send him another text, I can do it here. If he replies to me, it'll update here in real time. The other type of communication we can look at is our contacts. So it's going to show me all my contacts. If I'd like to call or send a pitch from this interface, I can do that as well. And the same interaction will happen. I can also look at the pitch history. So this lets me track engagement. So this was that last pitch that we just sent. So we can say it was read one time, and we had a click-through rate, but at least one, which is good. And then we just have an activity timeline. So another benefit is that you can view all of your interactions in a nice activity timeline, so you can see kind of what's up to date. And on the desktop, you can do that even more richly. And again, we're recording this call, or you can opt in of recording in and out of calls. So the last way, which I'm going to show you how you can interact, is through the desktop. And that's probably the richest experience. If I can figure out how to get out of this. So the mobile interface has kind of just what you'd need for a mobile environment, right? So you're not going to be building pitches in your mobile environment. It just kind of gives you your contact information. It allows you to easily connect with those folks, all that kind of good stuff. But the desktop allows you to really manage your application, right? And so when you log in, the first thing you're going to see is your activity. And this, again, is your timeline where you can see your activity for connecting my call. For everything, we're recording all the calls. We can see, if we click into this, we can see all the interactions we've had with that person. So with test phone, we've had 23 interactions, and here they all are. So that's another way you can gauge client engagement and just view history. We give you a quick heads up view of this week, this month. You can even select the date. Pitches, again, this shows you all the pitches that we have. Right now we have 3. This is live data, so it shows the request to open rate and the call to action click-through rates. This is not any different. You can create your pitch. Right now, our pitches are kind of this generic. We envision in the future targeting different markets. So a market might be, we might have different pitch packs, one for real estate, one for different sectors, one for a Google review, one for a video pitch. So as the market tells us what we want or what they want, then we're going to kind of adapt and figure out what we need to put in there. So that's that. Pitch history just gives us, well, I guess let's go back to pitches. So you can interact with these two. You can deactivate, download all the contacts, do whatever you need to do to put it in your other CRMs. At some point, we will have webhooks that will allow you to push out to other places like MailChimp and all those kind of things. So again, it's where the market takes us on that. Pitch history lets you just kind of sort all your pitch history in one view. So if I want to see just Luke's, if I want to see mine or whatever, so you can just kind of get a gestalt view of your pitches and their history. Again, in your contacts, so this shows all my contacts. I can go in and edit my contacts. I can see all the interactions with that contact. I can also do all the same things. I can call, I can send an SMS, or I can send a pitch from this interface as well. So it's all the same. Here's the chat interface. So I have all my conversations here with my most recent top, all my contacts down here. If I'd like to click in and see my interactions with a contact, I can do that here and start that conversation or continue that conversation. And then we have different various settings. So user lines are just, for us, it's us 3. So whenever we get an incoming message, an incoming SMS, anything like that, it'll reward all 3 of us with text. We can all choose to respond to that in a certain way. And then we have call routing options. We can have it so if, I have a default setting, but if this contact is not known to you, when somebody interacts with you via call, it will automatically send them a pitch. Right now, you can call that number, so if you'd like to call that TextyPitch number, which I encourage you to do at the end of this, right now we have it set up to forward the call, but there are several different call routings. So this is where it's a benefit to an entrepreneurial, a gig economy person, a salesperson. You can use your TextyPitch number as your full phone system if you wanted to. So when a call comes in, when a voice call comes in, you can just have it simply record a voicemail. You can upload your voicemail message there to let it be played, or it can, if you're not into that, you can just type something and it'll say it to the person. You could forward the call, which is what we have going on now. So if you call our TextyPitch number at the end of this presentation, you'll be forwarded to Leah by our handy assistant. Or you can create an IVR. So anybody who is an admin or a user line in the system, you can create an IVR to have it go to press 1 for Brian, press 2 for Lou, press 1 for accounting, whatever you want to do. So that is that. Call recording settings, you can record all inbound, record all outbound. And there are some legalities to certain states of recording, and we cover that as well. So you're covered. And then just password. And that, in a nutshell, is the platform and where we're headed. So, any questions?
Can I put my contacts into different groups? That, like if I had 50 contacts on there, and
Sure.
I wanted to email A group, B group, or text A group, B group, C group, can I do that?
Right now, no, but that is a great feature. Right now, we don't have any kind of outbound blasting that we have yet. We're working on that. When we have that naturally, I think, will be a feature of it, to be able to segment those lists like you do with the MailChimp, right? The same kind of methodology. Right now, we don't do that. There are some hoops we have to jump through with the short code, long code. We can do so many texts at a certain rate through a long code number, which is your 10-digit phone number, before we kind of get flagged. So, if you're sending out to groups of 200, we see this more as a small business, boutique, owner-operator kind of communication platform at this point. But that space is constantly changing. So,
Yes.
that's my answer.
Okay, great, thanks.
So say you had it set up for the voicemail message, or I'm sorry, not voicemail, but call forwarding. Would you be able to program in a message so they know that the call is being forwarded rather than it seeming like I called this number, I was expecting to get this person I've been working with? Is there like a prompt or a way to do that?
No, not at this point.
Do you just mean like that example says your call is being forwarded?
Right.
Yeah.
So it would at least notify them where their call is going through, rather than them just going to somewhere else and going, oh, I'm with this department now.
Well, the intent would be that you'd be forwarding it to what is the face of your business.
Okay.
So with the IVR, absolutely, right? If you get into an IVR situation, everybody come know an IVR, everybody's been through it, right? So it's press 1 for sales, press 2 for accounting. That would be the IVR mode. And so if you have that situation, that would be what I would recommend you push it to.
Gotcha.
A call forward just basically makes it look like that phone number is the phone number for that business, and you expect it to get you because that's where it should land.
Makes sense. Thanks for answering my question.
When the call is incoming to your phone, like as the business owner, does it tell you it's from like a TextyPitch customer? Differentiate it from people who have your personal number?
Correct. So it will show that caller's caller ID on your phone. So it won't show your TextyPitch caller ID, although we can have it do that. Right now, that's what it's called, a whisper. And right now I do not have that feature, but that is something that if market demands, I can do a whisper. So the way that would work is you would pick up that call and it would whisper to you and say, this is a TextyPitch call from caller ID. Would you like to accept? And you can accept. Right now it doesn't.
Some other cool, similar things like automatic kind of voicemails and things like that. So, you could call in and you could automatically leave a voicemail on the person's who's calling you without it ever ringing, and actually probably even before they hang up the phone. There's a bunch of cool stuff.
Oh, sure. It's ringless voicemail. So we don't have this integrated in the platform yet. You may or may not have experienced this. Everybody gets the spam calls today on the phone that ring through, right? You get the recording. Some of you may have received spam calls that go direct to your voicemail.
When your phone rings once, all of a sudden you have a voicemail, or it doesn't ring at all? It's happened to me, actually.
Right. So we do have an integration with that. It is in beta. It's not in this format at this point, but that is a way, good to your point, if you wanted to blast a lot, that is a platform that you can do that. Right now it's unregulated. It's kind of scammy, but it is what it is.
So have you tested this with Google Pixels to see like how they're handling the calls, to see if they're marking them as spam or not? Because like Google Pixel now, if you get a spam call, it will notify the person receiving the call that this is probably spam, and they can just send it to the bot instead of having to pick it up. Just to make sure that your platform doesn't end up being marked as spam.
We did just test on the Pixel 3, but we only our tests are pretty limited so far. So our Android tests weirdly have only been on Pixel 3, but it's definitely something that.
Yeah, and I know that feature's pretty new, but it might be just something to be aware of to make sure that people who purchase this platform aren't getting marked as spam when they're calling with a Pixel or something like that.
Well, so we have a lot of kind of backend technology. So we're using SIP to do a lot of stuff from a tier 1 SIP provider. So they would be the ones that would get flagged. So their numbers would get flagged. They're not in business to get flagged. So I doubt that that's going to happen unless you're flowing a lot of traffic through that makes people do that. So it's going to be a clean number coming out of the gate. So I don't suspect we're going to run into that, but I'm very curious if we will.
Yeah, I'm curious like what their parameters are to mark something as spam too.
I think what I see so I'm a telephony programmer, so I know a little bit about that. So there are lists out in the world that are free lists that folks subscribe to. Numbers get on that list periodically. I suspect that's what they're leveraging, or that could be what they're leveraging to do that. But there are ways around that. And I suppose if it was an issue, we could provision you a number, but we'll have to cross that bridge.
And I'm just kind of assuming when you set up a TextyPitch client, they're being set up manually. You're not doing like open enrollment, so anybody could just set up the TextyPitch platform without getting in touch with you guys, correct?
Correct. At this point, it is very alpha.
Yeah.
But at some point, it's going to be self-serve, so it will all be automated. So when you sign up and say you want to put your credit card in, your number will be live that instant, and you'll be ready to go. So,
what do you see as price points for this?
good question. So we've talked about that a lot. So and your input is greatly appreciated. So we think that our base price point for a fair amount of messages and minutes a month, as far as voice minutes are concerned, is probably around the $39 range, which would get you through the month, we think. And then we were considering tiering it based on different kind of features that you might want. So if you want the IVR, then you got to be at the $60 range. Right? If you want the forwarding, then you have to be at X. So we don't know what the market is going to tell us there, but that's what our hope is. But for us to do okay, we need to be around the $39 price.
Per month, right?
Correct. Yeah. So which is, if you weigh that against having another device in your pocket, just based on that, without any of the functionality you get as far as contact, aggregation, timeline view, that kind of stuff, we think it's a good value. We're hoping.
Also, there's just some stuff that you can do that you can't do with the regular phone system. Like, so here, for instance, we had 4 part-time employees last year. Chris being one of them, this being another. I don't know if she's still here. But if we wanted to, we could give them all access to this, and they would all be able to reply to messages that are coming in and out. It's all centralized. We'd be able to see the history of those communications. It's very difficult to do that right now, and lots of other systems to really share like one space where you can see the full communication thread through a lot of folks. So if there are like shared responsibilities in terms of getting that communication time down, like the wait time between like a message, text message, or a phone message and a response, I don't think there's a lot of solutions that are as robust as this.
And if you're like in a kind of more of a corporate Salesforce kind of space, we can also manipulate that caller ID. So if you don't want your caller ID to be your TextyPitch ID, but you want it to be the corporate ID, corporate caller ID, you can do that. As long as you own that number and can, validate the code, then we can use that caller ID as well. So you can put any kind of face on it.
Who, you mentioned a little bit, you can understand a little more boutique, so like who is your audience that you think will gravitate towards?
I think anybody in the TSC could use this. I think anybody in the gig economy could use this. Anybody who wants to kind of create the barrier between their personal cell phone number and their business line could use this. So we think there's a big market. We hope there's a big market. There are other solutions out there that are kind of like, Grasshopper is the phone system for entrepreneurs. That's what they build themselves. And they give you the IVR, but they don't have any of the texting, the SMS. They don't have any of the pitch. We really, so the phone call stuff, the text stuff, the timeline stuff, we feel those are bonus features. We feel the core of our platform, what we're going to get really good at is what that pitch needs to look like, right? So we haven't ironed that out yet because we don't know what the market wants, but we hope to be really good at the pitch. We want our pitches to be what drives this platform. The other stuff is great. It's handy, it's utility, but the pitch is what drives it.
We also see the opportunity in like the trade show and event marketing space when you're standing at a booth and there's some people walking by. Maybe some people are interested, they might drop their business card in your bucket, but you don't really, connect with that person. So once you get their phone number and push the TextyPitch, now you have their contact information that you can then connect with them after the trade show. And then there's also another feature where every pitch comes with a custom QR code. So if you had a billboard, you want to put your QR code on there. Anyone that scans that code will then be prompted to text your keyword. So they're kind of interacting it without you having to do anything. And then yet you're still collecting their contact information and gauging their interest. We lost it. Oh, that last slide. Oh, right behind.
So in this way, you can do one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one. So we've done this at a 1 million cups where we gave the presentation and we put the QR code up and everybody scanned it. When you scan that, it's going to automatically pre-populate a text message. You hit send, you get the pitch, and we got you. Right?
So
You're in our.
You try it.
Fun.
Yeah. You can either text my name to our number 298-5060, or get out your phone and use your camera and scan the QR code. You might have to stand up and get a little bit closer, but we'd love to have you all get our pitch and connect to the pitch is a little survey. If you wouldn't mind giving us some feedback on our survey, we'd really appreciate that as well.
And then another thing that we didn't talk about that we haven't put into this package or this phase is the rich information and detail we can get once we have your phone number. So once we have your phone number, we can, for very inexpensively, we can get a lot of rich information about the demographics, your demographics, which we can then segment by pitch to understand our client, our customers better.
Did everyone that try to get our pitch? Yeah. No, well,
But yeah, thank you all for coming out tonight.
Yeah,
If you have any
thank you.
questions, feel free to
No
come up
one's
and
gonna
talk to
ask.
us. And